What's going on, guys? My name is The Alternate, and today we are comparing Top Thrill Dragster and Kingda, which is said to be the biggest roller coaster competition that there is. Because essentially we're comparing two of the exact same thing, but there are some subtle differences that makes one of these rides my number 1 and the other one my number 3. So let's go ahead and get deep into those. Alright, let's start with location. So Top Thrill Dragster is located at Cedar Point in Sandusky, Ohio, and Kingda is located at Six Flags Great Adventure in New Jersey. Now, I'm gonna make literally a video comparing these two parks right after this, but I'm gonna give Six Flags Great Adventure the benefit of the doubt over Cedar Point. Now, the physical locations of these rides in the park, Kingda is literally in its own corner. And you may have seen, pictures and like, no, it's next to El Toro. There's no path connecting the two. You literally have to walk all the way out to Kingda and then walk a complete separate path to El Toro. So Six Flags, I don't know where you're going with that design. Also, the only way you can really view Kingda is in the Zoom and Gyro line. So, I mean, that's a bummer. Of course, you can ride that. And I'm not going to take that into a bonus for Kingda, by the way, the fact that it has a drop ride on it. But the fact that that's the only view is kind of disappointing. Now, looking at Top Thrill Dragster, it's literally in the middle of the park. You can just walk by it and watch it launch, and it's just absolutely amazing. There's even stands because they realized, the world's fastest coaster when it opened. People are going to want to watch this, so let's put some stands here. And they didn't put it in a corner by itself. So, that's just good job on Cedar Fair. So Top Thrill Dragster is gonna get the point for that. Alright, let's go into stats, and I guess we can do the launch first. So Top Thrill Dragster is 0 to 120 in 3.8, and Kingda is 0 to 128 in 3.5. Now, I don't know if it's because I was so used to Top Thrill Dragster's launch atmosphere, I guess, but I certainly enjoyed the Kingda launch better. Not only because it's, more intense on paper, but I don't know, I guess it was just a new experience for me. I did not find it rough, and I was... I wasn't in the front, but I wasn't in the back, you know what I'm saying? So I thought it was a very, very forceful and fun launch. So I'm going to give Kingda the point for the launch, actually. Now, you're going to go up 420 feet on Top Thrill Dragster and 456 on Kingda. So which is better? And, unfortunately, I have to give this point to Top Thrill Dragster because Kingda does have trims at the very top. So if you're getting in the back seat hoping to get pulled over, like you do get a little bit on Top Thrill Dragster. I'm not gonna say it's a huge difference, but you do a little bit get pulled over going over Top Thrill Dragster because there are no trim brakes. Plus the views on Top Thrill Dragster, I mean, it's short, but it's better than a parking lot that you get on Kingda. So Top Thrill Dragster is definitely gonna get a point for that. They both go up and come down and do a 270-degree twist. So even though Kingda is taller, just the views and the trims, I'm gonna give Top Thrill Dragster the point on that. Now let's look at the major gap between these two rides, and that's gonna be theming. Now Kingda, I get it was King of Coasters. That's what I've heard. It was themed too, but there also used to be a tiger pond, which I can imagine could be absolutely amazing there. But just having a tiger pond next to the ride. So Kingda, it has some theming, obviously. And, if you don't know, then you can look at the trains. Oh, wait, there is an advertisement on them. Good job, Six Flags. So Top Thrill Dragster is literally one of the best themed rides I've ever seen. Like, not Disney World theming, but absolutely amazing. You've got the Dragster sounds. You've got the Christmas tree lights on the ground and on the hill, which is something absolutely amazing. You can see it from anywhere in the park. And, I just think that Cedar Point did an amazing job theming this ride. So Top Thrill Dragster is definitely going to get the point for that. Now let's talk about maintenance, just overall running. Both of these rides are very, very efficient because, they're quick. Kingda has the dual station, but for some reason they only use one side. It's really weird to see a dual station with one side just being used all the time. It's incredibly weird, but I don't know why. I know it used to be dual wheel, not wheeled. We're not playing Call of Duty, but it used to have two sides, and then they took the left side away, so now it's only on the right. I'm not sure why they did that at all. When you can let me know in the comments, but it just doesn't make sense. On Top Thrill Dragster, the other hand, there is one station, but they're sending 2 trains out at once. That's absolutely amazing. On a 17-second ride, sending 2 trains out at once, that's actually genius, and it is very, very efficient. Now, both of these are Edmund Stratas, so both would go down to win in mechanical problems. I didn't have a problem with Kingda, and out of the about 50 times I've ridden Top Thrill Dragster, I've only seen it break down a few times, which led to me seeing rollbacks. So as we talk about rollbacks next, I didn't get to see a rollback on Kingda, and I'm assuming that's because the trims on the top allow them to overshoot the tower every time, but then the trims will slow it down so that it looks like it's going over the tower the exact same speed. So that's what I'm going to guess that is. But Top Thrill Dragster, I've seen a few rollbacks early in the season, so I'm going to say that the rarity is the same on both. Let me know if you guys have been on both, which one has more rollbacks. But yeah, we're getting close to wrapping up this comparison. So when you're bringing it down to ride experience, I think Top Thrill Dragster's definitely it's gotta win. The theming, all the elements around you, the view of nice Cedar Point. Cedar Point's not better park than Six Flags Great Adventure. Some of you are probably gonna disagree with me on that, but I'm just gonna give the victory to Top Thrill Dragster, not because this is my number one, but just because I think it does have a superior ride experience. That extra hill at the end is nothing to go running home about. I didn't get any airtime on it, and I'm pretty sure most people agree there is no airtime on that. So yeah, that's gonna wrap this up. Top Thrill Dragster is better than Kingda, and yeah. Alright, so hopefully that should clear it up for you. For those of you who have only ridden one, but yeah, you're always in the comments trying to defend the one you've ridden, or for those of you that are just generally wondering, you know, what is the difference between these two rides? So if this video was helpful for you guys, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Summertime's coming, so I should be having a lot more. Thank you very much.